First up, let's go. Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to a new video. My name is Georgia. So it's that time of the month again where I'm picking my TBR for the next month. Last month I used TBR jar prompts for the first time, and that is what I'm going to be doing again today because I actually had so much fun doing it. We do have the same prompts in here. I've added a couple new ones, but we're just going to pick some out of here and see what is on my TBR cart that correlates with the prompt that we pick. I do have quite a few books left over from my October TBR. When I'm filming this, October isn't quite finished, so I'm hoping I will maybe read another one of these, but they are essentially going to carry over onto my November TBR as well. So I'm going to be less optimistic this month, and I'm not going to pick as many because I think I picked like 8 on my TBR maybe last month, well, for this month. And then I had a few sort of like Halloween, spooky kind of books that I didn't pick that I wanted to include on my TBR too. So I ended up with a pretty big TBR and obviously have not finished it. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more sensible this month. Anyway, let's just get into picking our prompts. First up, let's go. A book that ends with an even number of pages. I feel like I had that one last month, but let's just have a little look. I'm trying to think like what I even want to read, what I want to check that I maybe didn't check last month. Let's have a look at You With a View because I did really enjoy The X-Files by the same author. It's so risky looking at the last pages. 3, 4, 8 pages. So I'm gonna go with this one. That was very straightforward for our first one. Then the next prompt, we have Mood Read, You Pick. Okay guys, I am actually gonna pick a little bit of a crazy book, or at least I'm starting a crazy journey with starting this book. I think it's time. I have been putting this off for so long. And I've been saying, as soon as it gets around to autumn, I'm going to start the Throne of Glass series. And then in September, I was like, as soon as I get back from holiday, I'm going to read it. Then it got to October and I was like, as soon as I'm finished with my spooky reads, I'm going to read it. I haven't yet read it. So I really feel like I need to start this series. I just want to be back in the Massiverse. I love her writing, I love the storyline, I love the characters in ACOTAR, and I have heard such good things, obviously, about Throne of Glass. And I also really want to get to Crescent City. So like I'm gonna have to start with this. I was just always a little bit scared because there are quite a lot of books in the series, and I do have a very addictive, obsessive personality, however you want to word it, especially when it comes to series. I have to read them all back to back. So like I am basically just signing myself up to read, what, 8 books? But it has to be done, we have to get around to it. Next one is Let Your Friends Choose. So I'm gonna snap a quick pic of my TBR card and text it to my group chat with Marty, Jenna, Siri and Sophie and see which one of them replies first. So we'll have to come back to this one when we've got their reply. Okay, next up, a book that has a movie or TV adaptation. I actually don't think any on my TBR match this prompt. Actually, we have The Kite Runner, which I know is a movie, so that one's a contender. And then we also have Anxious People, which I know is a TV show, I believe. I've never watched it, so there's another one. Let's see if we have any other options. Of course, I do have Little Women on here. That is one of my favourite films, so I do know actually that one obviously has a movie adaptation, but I don't think I am feeling this one, so we're gonna pop that one back on there for now. None of them on the back here have movie or TV adaptations, I don't think. On the back we've got like Love Redesigned, If Only I Told Her, From Lukov with Love, so none of those ones. So I'm between these two. I think I'm gonna go with Anxious People by Frederick Backman because I've actually been wanting to pick up another one of his books anyway, but I'm kind of not ready for the Beartown series to be over, so this way I am obviously going with the prompt and also getting a little bit of his writing in there too. One of my favourite authors. I love his writing style and his books so much. Next one, book with a number in the title. Again, I actually don't think I have any Okay, so we do have Ninth House, but I kind of really don't want to read this, honestly. Okay, that is the only one that we have as well, actually. So we're gonna have to add Ninth House to the TBR, but I have heard questionable things about this, just about some of the themes. Just not quite sure how I'm gonna feel about it. Last one, a book with a 5-word title. Let's have a look. Perfect Son, no. Assistant to the Villain for no. True Love Experiment is 4, Not in Love is 3, Checkmate is 3, The Museum of Ordinary People, that's got 5, and House of Sky and Breath does as well. But I can't read those without reading Throne of Glass, so I'm really sorry, even though they do have 5 and I do want to get to them, I cannot include them even like as an option. So the only one that I have is The Museum of Ordinary People. So I guess we're adding this one to the TBR too. Okay guys, so the group chat has replied. Well, Siri has replied and she has picked The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. She said that we can buddy read it. So this is the last book that is going to be joining my November TBR. So let's do a quick little roundup of what is joining my November TBR. We have You With a View by Jessica Joyce, Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, Anxious People by Frederick Backman, Ninth House by Lee Bardugo, The Museum of Ordinary People by Mike Gale, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. A pretty versatile and exciting TBR. I am hoping there's going to be some 5 stars in there. The ones that I'm most excited for are probably Throne of Glass, Anxious People and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. But overall, I feel like I've heard pretty good things about pretty much every single book on there. But that wraps up this video. So let me know what is on your November TBR, what's on your radar. I do hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.